We've got some crazy news about Stranger Things Season 5 straight from the creators of the show, including brand new plot points and images from this season, new info about how long the episodes are going to be, and a huge teaser about how the show is going to ultimately end. Let's get into it all. First of all, the Duffer Brothers who made the show have confirmed that there is going to be an 18-month time jump from the end of Stranger Things 4 to the start of Stranger Things Season 5, which is kind of crazy since this is how Hawkins was looking in the final episode of Stranger Things Season 4, and the fact that they do nothing to stop Vecna for 18 months is crazy, but I'm going to let them cook because they did give us some major plot points too. In this season, that 11 is going to be hunted by a group called the Wolf Pack, led by a new scientist called Dr. K, and the government's involvement is way heavier this time because obviously that was already a big piece of season 4, her kind of being on the run. We also know that Vecna is going to be missing when the season first starts, and that the main group of kids is going to be trying to find him while avoiding a military quarantine that has been put on Hawkins to cover up that event I was just talking about at the end of Stranger Things 4, with Vecna opening up all his portals. Max is still in a coma midway through the season at least, but she is important to the story and is probably going to be a huge part of their plan to fight Vecna. Apparently they really stepped up the action in the season, trying to make it feel like a blockbuster movie over just a television, and we also know that there's going to be some new action scenes from their perspectives of like demigorgons and other creatures. Here are some other images from season 5, some behind the scenes looks. We also have some new info about how long each episode is going to be. Oddly, we only know how long the first 4 episodes and the series finale are going to be, but as you can see here, the first 4 are all between 54 minutes and an hour and 23 minutes long. They've also told us that the series finale is going to be right around 2 hours long, so not quite that 2.5 hours that we had to end off season 4, but still a very hefty episode in its runtime. It's going to fully explain what the Upside Down is, and it completes the story with Vecna, the Demigorgons, the Mind Flayer. All of that stuff is going to be wrapped up, even though there are going to be more spin-offs in the future. This is the end of everything we had set up in season 1. I honestly think this is the perfect way to handle it. Like, I'd love to see new spin-offs of different characters and stories in this world, but I don't want anything left like open-ended or like a huge cliffhanger to end the series, so I'm glad all the main storylines will just conclude very nicely in this episode. Something else that I'm really liking that they told us about the series finale is that the last 35 to 40 minutes of this 2-hour long episode, they say, is basically like an epilogue. And they described it as kind of a way for the cast to say goodbye to their characters and this show that they've been on for 10 years now. And the reason I'm so happy about this is because one of my biggest pet peeves in my favorite franchise of all time, Harry Potter, is the epilogue that we get at the end of the Deathly Hallows, both in the book and the movie. Right after you finish the huge battle of Hogwarts and all this stuff, you immediately jump 20 years in the future and give us like a 3-minute long epilogue. In the book, it's literally like 5 pages. It's like the one thing I wish I could change about the Harry Potter series. Right after the end of the Battle of Hogwarts, I wish we had like an entire other chapter or like 20 minutes in the movie to just see all the characters reacting to this big battle and Harry being triumphant and all these other characters immediately reacting. And then when you jump 20 years in the future, make this scene a little longer too, honestly. Very smart of the Duffer Brothers to not have like Vecna dying and then you just cut to credits, boom, that's the end of the show you've been growing up with for the last 10 years. Like, no, give us some time to live in this world and everything that just happened. I think they're absolutely cooking with this. One of the higher ups at Netflix has responded to a lot of people asking about if the series finale is going to be put into movie theaters, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, these episodes are incredibly long anyways, this would be a great way to experience that episode. And they say that, well, a lot of people have watched Stranger Things on Netflix, so they think releasing it only on Netflix is giving the fans what they want. To be honest, I never expected Netflix to put the series finale into theaters. Like, their business model literally relies on people not going to movie theaters and subscribing to them instead, but I think it still would have been very cool to see. We've seen recently with stuff like Demon Slayer putting one of its endings in theaters, it made like $600 million worldwide. People want to experience these things in theaters with a bunch of other fans. I think it would have been really cool, but it's not happening. Actually, Max Duffer of the Duffer Brothers, who created Stranger Things, said that that's actually a main reason they left Netflix for this new deal with Paramount that they signed, is because they want to make a theatrical release movie and Netflix wasn't going to let them do that. So it's kind of crazy that Netflix let them walk away after making like one of their biggest shows of all time, but hopefully they can cook at Paramount. And the Duffer Brothers have also said that they've known the exact ending scene of Stranger Things for years, that it's emotional, inevitable, and right, which really makes me think one character is going to die. Maybe it's 11, or it could possibly be Will, because they are obviously so central to all the major plot points happening in every season. If you want to see my full prediction of characters that will and won't die in Stranger Things Season 5, make sure to click the video above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.